Hello students, welcome to the next lecture series of Basic Electrical Engineering. Today we are going to start the module 3, that is so module 3 actually it is consisting of the transformer as well as the domestic wiring. So first we will start with the transformer, then we will go for the domestic wiring. So here we are going to see what is the single phase transformer. Okay, first we will see the single phase transformers. So what is the necessary of the transformer, working principle, okay, and types, construction of types of transformers, EMF equation of the transformer today. So losses, variation of losses with respect to the load, efficiency, condition for maximum efficiency. This is what the entire syllabus it is given. So today we will see what is the single phase transformer and what is the transformer device it is working, and we will see the what are the different types of transformers are there, that is also we will see, and EMF equation of the transformer, that is what we are going to see today, right? So let us start the syllabus. Okay, so whenever transformer, so first of all I will give the definition of the transformer. So what is the meaning of the transformer? Transformer is a static device. Okay, transformer is a static device which transforms, okay, which transforms power. So which transforms power from one magnetic circuit. Okay, so magnetic circuit will be there. So magnetic, from one magnetic circuit to another magnetic circuit, magnetic to magnetic circuits. So that is the transformer. Okay, transforms the power. Okay, the device which will transforms the power from one magnetic circuit to another magnetic circuit, that device, and one more condition is there, at constant temperature. That is also you have to remember, at constant frequency, at constant frequency you have to maintain. So this function is doing at constant frequency. That type of machine we can call it as the transformer. So transformer will do another action also, which can change the voltage levels. Okay, which can change the voltage levels. The transformer can change the voltage levels, so which can step up and step down. That is another advantage of the transformer. Step up and step down function can be done by using the transformer. So in the transformer we are having, so majorly three parts will be there. One is the magnetic core, I will show, that is a magnetic core. So first part, and second part is another part is we are having the primary winding. Okay, we have the primary winding, and another is secondary winding. These are the different parts are present in the transformer. And what is the working principle it is working on, that is Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Okay, Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction principle. So based on that principle the transformer is working, and it will comes under the AC machine. Okay, it is working with the AC machines. So what will happens when you connect a DC also, when you connect a DC, the primary winding will get burnt out. So that is a very important, primary winding or what it may be, the winding will get burnt out if you connect the transformer with respect to DC. Okay, so this is the Faraday's laws of the electromagnetic induction principle. Based on that it is working on. And if you see, observe the efficiency, highest efficiency machine. Okay, it is a highest efficient machine, maximum it is you are going to get the 99% also. And one more point is also you can understand why you are getting this much of efficiency is because it is a static device. Static device means no rotating parts, that is the meaning of that. Okay, no rotating parts in this machine. That's why, because of this, what is happening, the mechanical losses are absent. As the losses are absent, the efficiency will be very high. So that is why it is having a most efficient machine. And where they will use this transformer can be used in power systems. Okay, in transformers will be used in the power system. So step up transformer will be used and step down transformers will be used. Step up will be normally used at the generating stations. Okay, we will see what is the meaning of that step up and step down generating stations. Step down will be used at distribution. Okay, this is the application of the transformers, and we are using the to decrease the voltage levels in like computers also we are using. So computers, everywhere we will use the transformer. Transformers are depending upon the requirement, the ratings will be there. Okay, so if you see the magnetic core, we will see the different parts later. Okay, so now we will see what is the meaning of the transformer. So I will show the diagram here. This is the transformer. So if you observe the transformer here, so first we are having the, so I will see here, first you are connecting. So as I told, first it is a laminated core. Okay, that is the first part. Okay, this is the first part, and if you see the second one, that is the primary winding, and this is of secondary winding. That is what I have shown here. Okay, this is the second part, and this is the third important part. Okay, so this is a laminated core. So normally the core is made up of the CRGO steel, that is, I will write clearly, cold rolled grain oriented. A special steel is used for the manufacturing of the core of the transformer, and the primary winding and secondary winding normally they will made up of the copper windings. Okay, so primary and secondary they will made up of the copper windings, and the winding which is connected, okay, the winding which is connected here, so just I will show the winding. If you observe here, this is the winding which is connected across the source. This winding we can call it as the primary winding, and the winding which is connected across the load, okay, across the load, that winding we can call it as the secondary winding here. And what is the mediator between these two? This is the core, this is the magnetic core, this is the mediator between the primary winding and secondary winding. Actually, if you observe clearly, there is no connection between them. Okay, there is no any physical connection between this primary winding and this secondary winding. Because of electromagnetic induction, there is will be EMF will be induced. That we will see in the, because of this mutual flux, EMF will be induced in the secondary winding also. That is the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. So let us see what is the when you are connected, what is the working principle of the transformer. These are the different parts. Okay, these are the different parts we have seen. So a laminated core, primary winding and secondary winding, and the load is connected on the secondary winding side and the source is connected on the primary winding side. And if you observe this dotted lines are indicating the leakage flux. I will discuss what is that leakage flux also in detail. See, first we will see what will happens. So whenever you have, you see, observe, you can observe here, whenever the voltages, okay, whenever this voltages, if you observe this voltages, V1 and V2, based on that we are going to decide whether it is a step up transformer or step down transformer. So if the voltage is, if V1 is greater than V2, if V1 is greater than V2, that means which we can call it as the step down transformer. Okay, the transformer we can call it as the step down transformer. If V1 is less than V2, or in another way also you can say V2 is greater than V1, then we can say it as the step up transformer. So what is the, why we are calling as a step only? Because it is a one type of signal. So the voltage level was stepped up suddenly like this it is will, this is called as a step signal. So suddenly you can step up this, that's why the name we are using it as a step down or step up transformer. Okay, so this is the meaning of the step down transformer and step up transformer. And if you observe here, there are in the primary winding side, here we are having N1 number of turns, and the secondary winding side we have N2 number of turns, and there is a mutual flux will be there which is linking with the primary winding and the secondary winding, and the source is connected on the primary winding side and the load is connected on the secondary winding side. So there is a whenever, so let us see the working principle of the transformer. So working principle of the transformer, listen carefully. When an AC source is connected to a primary winding, okay, because of that, so an alternating source, okay, this is an alternating, so an alternating source is connected for the primary winding. Because of that, an alternating current, so this is also an alternating only, an alternating current is flowing through the primary winding. Because of the current is flowing in the primary winding, because of current is flowing in the primary winding, the flux is produced. The flux, this dotted lines is indicating the flux lines, okay. So flux is produced, okay, and it is traveling through a laminated core. It is traveling through a laminated core and linking with the secondary winding, linking with the secondary winding. And what is the another important thing you have to know about this laminated core? It is providing a low reluctance path, low reluctance path. So what is the meaning of this reluctance? Means reluctance is electrical equivalent to resistance in the electrical circuit. Resistance means what we are doing, it is opposing the flow of current, okay, oppose the flow of current, flow of current. Here reluctance means which will oppose the production of the flux. Reluctance means oppose the production of the flux. So that is called as the reluctance, okay, that is called as the reluctance in the magnetic circuit. This is in the electrical circuit. So there this flux which is linking, the flux which is linking with the secondary winding, we can call it as the mutual flux here. The winding which, sorry, the flux which is linking with the secondary winding is called as the mutual flux or main flux, we can call it as, which is traveling through the magnetic core. This magnetic core is providing the low reluctance path here, okay. So whenever you are this here number of N1 number of turns are there here and N2 number of turns are there. Because of this, so because of electromagnetic induction of Faraday's laws, the EMF will be induced in the primary winding, that is the EMF induced, it will be E1 we have taken. And the flux which is not linking, okay, now I am telling about this leakage flux here which I indicated with the dotted line. The flux which is not linking with the secondary winding and linking with the itself, that type of flux we can call it as the leakage flux. Here the leakage flux which is linking with the primary winding only. Here also the leakage flux which is linking with the secondary winding. It is not linking with the primary and it is also not linking with the primary winding. That type of flux we can call it as the leakage flux. So here leakage flux which is given 512 on the secondary side, leakage flux 511 on the primary winding side. This is called as the leakage flux, okay. So now let us come the working principle. Whenever you are connected an AC source, whenever you are connected a AC source on the primary winding side, an alternating current is flowing through the primary winding, flux is linking, that is traveling through the magnetic core and it is linking with the secondary winding. Because of the linking with this secondary winding, this is here also an EMF is E2 is produced, an EMF E2 is produced in the secondary winding according to the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. So because of this E2, there are some voltage will be there. Because of this E2, voltage will be here. So the current starts flowing here to the load. So there are, as the load is there means the current is flowing, means definitely there is some voltage drop will be there. That is the working principle of the transformer. So if you write the clearly equation, induced EMF equation on the primary winding side and transformer, that is we can write as E1 is equals to N1 d phi by dt, N1 d phi by dt, and minus sign will be there. Minus sign is due to Lenz law. and E2 is equals to minus N2 into d phi by dt. If you observe clearly, this d phi by dt is common because the common flux is linking in the primary winding side as well as the secondary winding side. So if you take the ratio, just take the ratio, E2 by E1 is equals to what you are going to get, that is N2 by N1. It is N2 by N1. So from this entire explanation, we are going to note down some points here. The transformer action is based on electromagnetic induction. So if you observe clearly, there is no connection is existing between the primary winding and the secondary winding here, and at the constant flux. Okay, and another point is there is no change in the frequency. Whatever the frequency here in the induced EMF is there, the induced EMF frequency is also here also same. Okay, what are the types of losses? Losses will be there here. In the core we are having the core losses, and in the windings we are having the copper losses. Copper losses are appearing in the windings, okay, primary winding and the secondary winding, that is in the resistance of windings, that is the copper losses. And core losses are another name, it is also given as iron losses or core losses. So iron losses or core losses are appearing in magnetic core, okay, magnetic core itself. And these are the two types of losses are there. One is the eddy current loss, we will discuss later in detail what is the meaning of the eddy current loss, and here it is the hysteresis loss. These are the different losses are appearing in the magnetic core of the transformer. These are the different points which you can note down from the working principle of the transformer. Once again I will explain working principle of the transformer. Whenever you are connected an AC source for the primary winding, okay, an alternating current starts flowing through the primary winding. Because of that, an EMF will be induced. So how this EMF will be induced? Because the flux is produced. The flux which is linking with the secondary winding is known as the main flux or mutual flux. Because of this mutual flux, an EMF E2 will be produced in the secondary winding. Because of this E2, the current starts flowing, that is which is alternating, that is I2, and because as the I2 is flowing across the load, flowing through the load, because of that there is some voltage drop, V2 will be there. So that is the working principle of the transformer, right? Next you see what are the different types of the transformer you can see. So if you see the different types of transformer, so we have two types of transformers will be there. One is core type, okay, core type transformer and shell type transformer. So first I will show the core here, okay. So this is the what is the meaning of the lamination. Just I am showing here what is the meaning of the lamination here. Lamination means, if you observe clearly this side the diagram, so this is like a bread piece. Actually you see here, if you imagine this as a bread, so when the bread was manufactured it is a single solid piece, but what the shopkeeper will do, they will cut the pieces into bread into pieces. So that pieces we can call it as this lamination. Why we are doing the lamination means that we will see later. What is the necessity to make the lamination is, so we are reducing the eddy current losses, that's why we are going for the lamination purpose, okay. This is of single lamination, okay. So a piece of lamination will be a straight, that is a rectangle or square, whatever it may be. But if you observe here, E and I laminations, so if you see, observe here, there is a shape of E will be there, just I am drawing roughly, and there is a shape of I will be there. Like this also a laminated core will be there, okay. Now let us see what is the core type and what is the shell type of the transformer. So this is called as the core type. This is core type transformer and this is the shell type transformer. So where we will use the core type and shell type also I will give the comparison, okay, where we can use the core type transformer and shell type transformer. First you understand what is the meaning of this core type. So if you observe here, first you will have the core, surrounding the core you will have the windings, okay. So windings will be here the windings. So windings are placed on the core, that is a laminated core. But if you observe here, first you will have the winding, that is primary winding, here it is showing, and secondary winding, here it is showing. First you will have the windings itself, this is the windings, okay. Then on the windings you are placing the core, on the windings you are placing the magnetic core. That is the difference between core type and shell type transformer, okay. So which is used where, see comparison I have written also here, the different types of transformer, and we are going to compare the core type transformer and shell type transformer. So it is consisting of, see, magnetic frame. First it is consisting of magnetic frame with 2 limbs, okay, and it is a magnetic frame with 3 limbs, okay, 3 limbs. So what is the meaning of the limb? Limb means this vertical part, this vertical part we can call it as the limb. So here you are having the limbs, that is 1, and here it is 2, and here it is 3. We have 3 limbs here in the case of the shell type. Here you have only 1, 2 limbs are there in the case of the core type of the transformer. Next, single, it is a single magnetic circuit, okay. It is of 2 magnetic circuit. Why it is a 2? Because because if you observe here, this side 1 magnetic circuit, this side is 1 magnetic circuit here, okay, right. Next, the winding N circles the core, that is what I explained. The winding will be N circles the core. Here the core N circles the most part of the winding. So it consisting of cylindrical winding, actually so in, no need for you depth. Sandwich type of winding means here, here there is a sandwich of winding, means here you have the primary winding and the secondary windings are placed, okay. So that is a sandwich, I think so, you know the sandwich, between that we are placing the some insulation. So between secondary winding and primary winding we are they both are placed on the like a sandwich. So for example, this is the primary winding, on that only we are going to place the secondary winding also, that is the on the top of that. So that is called as the sandwich of the winding, okay. So next, it is easy to repair, okay, easy to repair, and it is also it is not easy to repair, and better cooling functions, okay, it is having, and it is also effective cooling, it is not providing any effective cooling. So and it is preferred for low voltage transformers, okay, it is preferred for low voltage transformer, and it is preferred for high voltage transformer. So low voltage means high current, which you can use for high current applications, low voltage high current application. High voltage means high voltage low current applications. For this purpose we are going to use the shell type of the transformer. This is the different types of the transformer we are going to see. And if you see the construction, so if you see the construction, the core, actually we are discussed already. So if you see the construction wise, so we are having the core will be there. The core is made up of the, that is CRGO steel, which is having, so we are providing a low reluctance path for the magnetic core. So core is laminated to reduce the eddy current losses. This is why this type of material we are consider is to reduce the, so why this type of material is considered is to reduce the hysteresis losses, okay. To reduce the hysteresis losses we are taking the CRGO steel, and this core is laminated to reduce the eddy current losses, laminated to reduce eddy current losses here. That is the information about the magnetic core. And if you see the primary winding is placed on the one limb, and the secondary winding is placed on the another limb, okay. So what the normally in the practical conditions, what they will do is they will place a primary part of the primary winding here, and also secondary winding on the same limb, okay. As I told, this vertical part is called as the limb. On the same limb they will try to place this primary winding as well as the secondary winding, so that what will happen is, what is the aim of connecting like that, it is to reduce the leakage flux. So to reduce the leakage flux we are going to connect the primary winding and secondary winding on the same limb or same vertical part of the transformer, Okay, that is the, and primary winding and secondary winding, they are made up of the copper windings we are already reduced. And so this is the information about the transformer construction, and we have seen the different types of the transformers also. Let us see what is the EMF equation of the transformer. What is the EMF equation? Very important, EMF equation of the transformer. Right, now we will see EMF equation of transformer. So whenever you are connected and alternating, so whenever you are connecting, let us take once again the diagram here. Okay, we will take the diagram. If you observe clearly, so whenever you are connecting an AC source, okay, whenever you are connected to the AC source here, so what is happening? Flux is produced here. Okay, so that is a flux is produced which is linking with the secondary winding. That is the working principle we are explained. So we will write this induced EMF and E2 also. We have written the EMF equations also from the Faraday's laws. From the Faraday's laws we have written the EMF equation of the transformer. So what we can write? Induced EMF, because of this current is an alternating and the flux is also an alternating. So flux we can write as phi is equals to phi max sin omega t. Flux we can write as phi is equals to phi max sin omega t. And induced EMF we can write it as induced EMF E1 is equals to minus N1 into d phi by dt, that is in the primary winding side. So what we can write? E1 is equals to minus N1 into d by dt of phi is equals to phi max sin omega t, phi max sin omega t, and minus N1 into what is the differentiation of this phi m? Phi m is a constant, we can take it out. And what is the differentiation of sin omega t? We can take it as cos omega t into omega, cos omega t into omega. So what we can write? We can write it as minus omega n1 phi m cos omega t. So minus omega, that is omega can be written as 2 pi f, and n1 phi m cos omega t, cos omega t. So by taking this minus sign, what I am doing is 2 pi f n1 phi max sin of omega t minus 90 I am writing here, omega t minus 90. So that is what I am doing. Next, if you compare this equation, what is the EM1, that is the induced EMF maximum value, we can write as, that is 2 pi f n1 into phi m, n1 into phi m. So induced EMF, this is of maximum value. If you want to get the E1, that is RMS value, this is RMS value of the induced EMF, is what you have to do? EM1 by root 2, that is where relation we already know, that is 2 pi f n1 phi m divided by root 2, divided by root 2. So what you are going to get? That is induced EMF E1 is equals to, we can write it as 4.44 f n1 into phi m, 4.44 n1 into phi m. Similarly, if you write E2 also, we can write as 4.44 f into n1 into phi m. So if you n2 into, here n2 you are going to get. So here all terms are same except this n1 and n2. So if you take E2 by E1, so for ideal transformer, we are considering that ideal means which is not existing in the universe. V1 is equals to E1 and V2 is equals to, we are taking it as E2, which is not existing in the universe. Okay, so that is first you are going to get this equation to be reverse. Okay, this equation is what we can write, that is E2 is equals to V2, because first you are going to get E2, then you are going to get the V2. So and the ratios, okay, so the ratio which is known as the, so ratio if you observe here, so E2 by E1 is equals to, I can write it as N2 by N1 is equals to K, is equals to K, which is known as the voltage transformation ratio, voltage transformation ratio. For ideal transformer we can take it as, that is E2 by E1 is equals to V2 by V1 is equals to N2 by N1 is equals to K. What is this? This is known as the transformation ratio. This transformation ratio is useful for transforming the primary winding to secondary winding side and secondary winding is to primary winding side, which is we are actually in depth, that is in equivalent circuit of the transformer we are transforming entire secondary winding to primary side or primary winding side to secondary winding side also you can transform. For that purpose we are using this transformation ratio. And if there are no losses, because it is in the ideal cases we are considering that no losses, if no losses are there, whatever the input power, that is V1 I1 is given transferred to V2 by I2. So what we can write, that is V2 by V1 we can write it as I1 by I2, I1 by I2. So that is what we can write. So if you want to write V1 by V2 is equals to I2 by I1 is equals to 1 by K, we can take it as 1 by K. So here the current is reversed, only the current is reversed, remaining all are, if you observe, so if you write clearly here all equation, E2 by E1 is equals to V2 by V1 is equals to N2 by N1 is equals to, we can write as I1 by I2, only current will be going to get reversed. This is known as the transformation ratio. This is the EMF equation of the transformer. So this is a very important question for your external exam. That's all for today's class. We will stop for today. So in the next class we will see what are the different types of losses are there. So in that we will see what is the, where it is going to appear. Thank you for attending this session. Thank you very much.